I am super excited to share with you that I recently had the privilege of interviewing Emily Fletcher, who is the creator of Ziva Meditation. And it was an amazing interview, and I will be posting it soon, so stay tuned for that. But it got me thinking about meditation, right? And how a meditation practice, when done consistently, really does give us freedom, right? It buys us back our time. It gives us freedom to do more things that we want to do. And yeah, just continue to have a more full life, right? So the problem is that meditation can be challenging for a lot of people, at least in the beginning. And so I was thinking about a metaphor, and recently I posted a personal quote on my Instagram page at Dr. Julia Sen, where I said, meditation is like getting on a plane and being transported from a land of worry to a land of wonder. You may not get there on the first trip, but every plane ride gets you closer to your desired destination. So for this video, I just wanted to build that quote out a little bit to help you understand where that came from. So when I started meditating, like for most people, I would sit down and my mind would be wandering and wandering, and I'd have worry thoughts. And so I realized that it's very similar to this analogy, right? So it's kind of like getting on an airplane if you have an airplane phobia, right? So from a psychology perspective, I'm looking at as if somebody came into me, I have a fear of flying, and this is what happens. And I realize it's very similar to how the meditation process or the training of the meditation process works. So let me throw this at you, see what you think. It was like getting on an airplane, right? Now I'm sitting on the airplane and I'm having worry thoughts about the flight, of course. I'm worried about the destination. I'm worried about what I forgot to bring. I'm worried about not knowing, is a hotel going to be right for me? Is it going to be what I wanted? Is it going to be raining? Is it, there's all these thoughts, are going on. Am I going to make it through this flight? Right. Are we going to be safe? Am I going to pass out? These are all the kinds of thoughts that we're having, but there's a whole bunch of thoughts just kind of firing around. And it's of course making me feel uncomfortable, very, very uncomfortable. Right. But by the end of the flight, right, depending on how many hours it is, by the end of the flight, usually, even with an airplane phobia, right, our thoughts have slowed down a bit. And I might be starting to get a little more excited at what the possibilities are of how good this trip could get. Wondering, once I arrive, what it will look like. So it's over the course of time that my mind starts to slow down and opens up. But for some of us, shifting from that worrying to more excitement, possibility, and wonder on the flight, it might take longer, right? It may not be on that first flight. I might still be terrified, endure that sort of, okay, I'm doing it, I'm sitting here, I'm doing it, even at the end of the flight, right? And that's okay, right? That's the key here. That's okay. Each flight you take, or in this case, each time you sit down to meditate, you're slowly training your brain to worry less and wonder more. But you're always going to have thoughts, okay? The more frequently you embark on the plane or sit down to meditate, the faster you will be transported to that land of wonder and freedom ultimately. So I've been on many planes. So now when I enter a plane, or in this case, my meditation, I start to go into wonder almost immediately, right? And I get transported to sort of all these other really cool lands of wonder all around me. And it's really, really amazing. So you can get there too, as long as you have self-compassion as you begin your meditation practice, and do it as consistently as you can, right? Daily, ideally twice a day, just as Ziva Meditation, as Emily does, she trains you how to meditate. So I highly recommend checking Ziva Meditation out. I will be linking to her meditation program below. And I really hope you enjoy learning how to meditate over time. But again, give yourself the compassion that it's hard to start, and ultimately you will get there. Thanks so much.